Long ago, in a time of kings and kingdoms, one city stood trembling under the shadow of war. The mighty Assyrian Empire had conquered nation after nation, and now their king Sennacherib set his eyes on Jerusalem. But what happened next would become one of the most powerful demonstrations of God's divine protection in history. This is the story of King Hezekiah, the prayers of a faithful heart, and a night that changed everything. The sun rose over the hills of Judah, but with it came the sight of an enemy army stretching across the valley like a sea of iron. King Sennacherib of Assyria stood tall in his chariot, confident and cruel. His messengers shouted to the walls of Jerusalem, "Your God cannot save you. No God has ever stopped Assyria. Surrender now." Inside the city walls, fear spread. But King Hezekiah did not respond with weapons. He went to the temple of the Lord. Taking Sennacherib's threatening letter, he laid it before God and knelt down. "O Lord, the God of Israel, you alone are God. Hear the insults of Sennacherib. Save us, not just for our sake, but so all nations will know that you alone are God." Soon the prophet Isaiah came with a message from the Lord. "Do not be afraid. Sennacherib will not enter this city. I will defend it for my name's sake and for the sake of David my servant." The people of Jerusalem heard the words. Faith began to rise above their fear. That night, while the Assyrian army slept beneath the stars, a silent figure descended from heaven, the angel of the Lord. No sword clashed, no trumpet sounded. But by dawn, 185,000 Assyrian soldiers lay dead. God had fought the battle, and not a single arrow was fired from Jerusalem. When Sennacherib awoke, he walked among the tents in disbelief. His army, his pride, was gone, silent, defeated. Without a word, the proud king turned his horse and fled back to Assyria. He never returned to Jerusalem. He never dared speak against Israel's God again. Back in Jerusalem, the people lifted their hands in praise. God had delivered them without sword or shield. King Hezekiah led the nation in thanksgiving, and the temple echoed with songs of victory, for they had seen with their own eyes that the Lord fights for his people. Sometimes the battles we face seem too great, but just as Hezekiah trusted God when surrounded by enemies, we too can bring our fears before the Lord. The God who defeated an army with a single angel is the same God who defends those who call upon his name. When we trust him, he fights our battles in ways we cannot imagine.